Good morning, good morning, good morning to you. Hey, everybody, how you doing? Listen, I'm telling you right off the bat, before we start, my next guest, trouble. All right, we started off trouble, but she's a great person, and I want you to meet her. So if you want to know who I'm talking about, Kimberly is on her way. Stay tuned. We're gonna have lots of fun on this show. Trust me on that one. Here we go. Let's bring her in right off the bat. Kimberly, Cato, where are you at?
Hi there.
Hi, Kimberly. How you doing?
I'm really good. In my defense, though,
Okay.
it's always good trouble. We'll just make that clear.
My audience is gonna figure that one out. What have you been doing for COVID? Like, how you been chilling for COVID?
Oh my, COVID. I've just sort of been hanging out, and I'm fortunate in that my my work actually calls me to be online an awful lot. So I didn't miss being able to connect with people because I connected online. But it was a little different not being able to go out or do things around and about and to fight and to scrounge to get things brought in. That was a bit of a challenge.
Yeah, I know. You order a package and you think, and 3 months later you get a package and you go, "Did I order this?"
I know, it's true. That's very true.
All right, let's go back because I want to know who Kimberly really is. Where did Kimberly the trouble start? Is it like
It's good trouble, I tell you. Good trouble.
where you're born and raised? Give us some background.
I am of Jamaican descent. Both my mom and my dad are from Jamaica.
Okay.
They birthed me here in Ottawa, actually, which is a resounding conversation that I always had with my father. Because every winter, the first snowfall, we would both stand in front of the bay window crying. And he would say, "Kimberly, this is your country." And I'd be like, "Daddy, you had the whole world to pick from. And you birthed me here." So yeah, I'm born and raised here in Canada, live in Oakville, and have pretty much been in Oakville my whole life. Well, since I was 8. Yeah.
So you said Jamaican background, feeling the love.
Yeah.
Back to Jamaica, did you go back and check your roots out? You know where you're from.
I have, but not as an adult. Oddly enough, but that's just on me because I'm not. I really don't like to travel, not physically. I've got this thing about flying. If I can drive there, I'll go, but I won't. I won't fly. And I got this thing about boats too, so I won't cruise.
Okay. Then growing up,
Yeah.
what was Kimberly's dream? Like, what did you see yourself doing? What was the ultimate dream?
If I tell you the honest answer with explanation is when I was younger, I always wanted to be an assassin. And
All right.
I really did. I wanted to be able to, go sneak around and take out bad guys. And when I became an adult and had to sort of reconcile with my Christian faith, this childhood dream, I came to discover that this is in fact what I do. I meet people at the point of crisis and I help them take out the bad guy in their life. And so I am an assassin in a different kind of way.
Okay, you know you're not pleading your case real well when you, when you say I'm a good trouble.
It is good trouble.
You try to make it easy by putting Christian in it. You know what I mean? But that's all good. It's good.
It's good trouble, I tell you.
So listen, I can see where it's going then. So you know that's the vision you wanted. And
Yeah,
look, it's more like on a serious note. You wanted to help people. You wanted to
yeah,
get rid of the badness in our world. You wanted to get rid of the ugliness. So growing up, you wanted to be that assassin. So
exactly.
how did you say, okay, if I can't do it that way, you know, what I mean, they won't legally give me a gun to go. This is how I need to do it.
um, it was kind of after the fact. So that literally, I would watch the bad or not bad, but those movies with the bad guys in them and the assassins and the ones who always were able to save the day, right?
Right.
And that was always my dream, to actually be able to enter a situation that was tumultuous or problematic and bring about light in the midst of the darkness. And when quite honestly, when I became an adult and I was working with people and doing doing the work of therapy and things that I do, I was also at church, and one day the pastor was saying, you know, those childhood dreams that you had of being a this or that, God will help you do this. So I later had that conversation about how do I reconcile what I wanted with where I am now. And quite literally, I realized that I am doing the things that I wanted to do,
Right.
in that I am meeting people at the point of crisis, and I am bringing light into their darkness. And that in fact was the story of my own life, that I found light in the midst of my darkness and was able to come out of that. So it kind of sticks, the assassin, the good trouble,
Right.
and working problematic situations out so that there is a victorious end to that saga.
All right. So let's dive into it, because somebody might be wondering, what is she talking about? Okay, she's helping. She's doing this assassin thing. What is her job? So let's tell everybody, what do you do, so people can understand that you're not 006 or 0019.
I am a registered psychotherapist in private practice. I have a company called True Roots Counselling Services. And really and truly, my motto is to assist people to transform their trauma into triumph. And so, yeah, that's what I do. I do individual, family, and couples and group therapy. And I partner with different agencies. I had started True Roots way back in the 90s. And it's always really been sort of my side job when I worked with other agencies and did other things over the years. But in 2015, it became my sole job, my actual focus. And I consult with other agencies, but I always do it now through True Roots.
Right. And then I can tell that when you talk about it, there's joy about what you do, the part of you helping people. I can see it, because that's what
Yeah.
you to do. That's what, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So give us a story about how this is actually helping you as long, because like you said, you have a backstory. So how does doing this helped you out?
I particularly as a Black woman growing up in a predominantly white environment, I've had struggles and challenges that I didn't see whether it be therapy or counseling or helpers who looked like me.
Yeah.
And that was always a bother, and always something that I wanted to address. And so I needed actually help for my own self. And I ended up, I would go to the counselors who were there and listen to the things that they had to teach. But then much of my own personal healing came from me taking the information I got from them and digging deeper into and putting cultural application to the things that I was being taught. And for me, that was indicative of the fact that there's this gap in the services for people of color, for people who are indigenous, for people who are othered. And so I really genuinely purpose to be that face for those who are seeking support, who are in crisis, who have challenges. But they're seeking somebody who looks like them to actually bring them through that period of darkness. That's not to say, to be honest, that there aren't people to whom you can go and get help from who don't look like you. It's just to say that there's a specific spot of comfort when you find somebody who looks like you. And I was fortunate enough that I'm a learner at heart. And so when I was faced with that challenge, I was able to dig and find the assistance that I needed.
Right. And then it's true, because when you go to talk to somebody and you're asking them certain questions, and in the back of your head is like, does she understand or what I'm talking about here?
Yeah. Yeah.
My family background is different. This is how we do things. And
Yeah.
I'm going to be home at a certain time. My parents don't understand. And they're like,
Yeah.
Okay. Like, no, you have to have somebody that you can connect with.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you're the connector.
I try to be, yeah. I'm a connector.
There you go.
It's been an interesting journey, and a part of what I do is to look at both sides. So not just the things that went wrong, but the things that went well. And so in that, like, there were definitely people along my journey who were really strong allies. But even with the strongest ally, there's a certain connectivity and comfort with somebody who is in fact like you.
Yeah.
And you just can't get around that. You just can't get around that.
All right. So we're going to take a quick break. But when we come back, we're going to talk about the connection. We're going to dive into your website and see the connection and how you can help other people connect. Because that's the key word I'm going to stick with today, is connecting. And that's powerful. When you can find somebody that you can connect with, understand, and they can help you, whether it's, just talking to or finding out, it is very powerful. So stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Excellent.
Immigrant Women in Business, IWB, is a non-profit organization bringing together women from over 50 different countries around the globe. These women have now made Canada their home and share a common goal of providing value to their new sisters. Our motto of "We are stronger together" resonates with all members, and with a diverse membership of business leaders, entrepreneurs and community builders, our goal is to make Canada better and provide guidance and leadership to those that follow.
CMJ Entertainment is a one-stop shop. CMJ Entertainment helps people do any type of events, and it's a marketing tool as well. So we'll cover everything from start to finish. If it's a wedding, we'll make sure your wedding is over the top. And if it's an event, we make sure that everybody gets information at the end of the day. Give us a call at 416-414-8964 or online, go to cmjent.com.
Yes, we're back with Kimberly. All right. And Kimberly, before we move on, I always like when my audience is shouting you out. So let's puff you up here. There you
Awesome.
go. Excellent.
All right, on.
Okay. And then we also have,
Right on.
there you go. Thank you for watching, everybody. So let's dive right into it. Let's pull it up. Boom.
Right on. Oh, look here.
All right. So talk to us about your business. We talked about what you do, how do we get involved, how do we get in contact with you, and what are the different courses or sessions that you've been helping during COVID?
A number of things happened during COVID. In June, I started a Friday night group that it's for women specifically who are either Black, Indigenous, or people of color. And we meet every Friday evening from 7 p.m. until we're done. It's called Check In and Chat. And that started in June as a direct response to the outcry in the BIPOC community after the murder of George Floyd and the subsequent issues that were happening within the Black and Brown community. So that's one program that's just an ongoing program that we do. And then I also have another 12 module online program that's called Trauma Transformations. And this program really assists people who have been blindsided and or overwhelmed by a life-altering event. It really assists them to discover tools and strategies to overcome the traumatic situation and to transform that trauma into triumph. And then I have individual couples and family counseling or therapy sessions, and people can dive into or connect through my scheduler to just book a time to meet, and we sort out the issues that they have and they bring to the table. That's actually the contact page through which people can actually clearly make contact by sending an email or even hitting the scheduler and going right to my calendar and picking a time to meet. So those are all the different options for the sessions that I provide. Over COVID, I offered a bundle packaging just to sort of augment the cost of the individual sessions, and depending on which bundle you pick, you can either move from $100 a session to $90 a session, as opposed to the $120 a session for an individual session.
All right, so let's stick a pin in and grab on one point.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people don't really think about it, like during COVID, how hard it is for some people to deal with what's going on.
Yeah.
Okay. They're not going to work. Maybe they're on lockdown. Maybe their job has changed. And certain people have routines.
Yeah.
Okay? And if you're normally a routine kind of person, that's how you survive. That's how you grow. It's kind of hard for some people. So if you know somebody that is struggling right now and needs somebody to talk to, I advise them, please give her a call.
Yeah.
All right. That's 905-337-2566. That's 337-2566. Because what me and you think, this is COVID, this is happening. It's not as easy for everybody else. They're not handling it as well. So I just want to make sure that we all recognize that each person handles things differently than somebody else. So make sure that you can give her a call. Go to the website. Okay, there it is right there. Or send an email. Okay, and if you feel uncomfortable calling, just send a quick note. Say, hey, this is what I'm going through. Is it something you can help me with? send her an email, because I believe everybody needs somebody to talk to. Don't care what the situation is. We can all help each other, or find somebody that can help you.
Yes.
Okay, so if it's not me, if it's not her, if it's not somebody else,
That's
we can help each other and find somebody that can help you. And that's
Yeah.
the thing, is helping each other.
Yeah.
All right.
Excellent.
So if you can go back and tell your dad about this weather when you're smaller,
Yeah,
it's getting cold out there.
it is. It really is. I mean, it was a standing thing, the first snowfall. We'd be there crying in the bay window and watching people frolic in the snow. Just madness.
Listen, it's been a pleasure having you on my show. You've been great.
Awesome. It's been wonderful being here. Thank you so much for the invite and this awesome conversation. This was wonderful.
Not a problem. But before we let you go,
Yes.
it's not that easy. We don't just let you go. All right. If you've been watching the show, you got one thing to do. It's called the Queen Wave. Shout out anybody you want to shout out. Say hi to anybody you want to say hi to. This is your opportunity, you know, like the award show, you know, you have to thank everybody. And
Well, truthfully, I wouldn't have even been here if it wasn't for Svetlana and the immigrant women in business. Really and truly, she opened the way for me to meet you, to be here, and to do a number of different things that I just didn't see possible. So I'm really, to shout out anybody, it would have to be her. It would have to be her.
There you go. All right. Listen, you take care of yourself.
You too.
We'll
Thank
talk
you so
soon.
much.
All right. Bye-bye. Listen, trouble, but lots of fun. Good trouble, as she says. Good trouble. But on a serious note, like I said before, if someone's looking for somebody, please give her a call. You can tell she's got a warm heart. She loves what she does. You can tell it's genuine. So give her a call, 905-337-2566. Make sure you follow her and find out. And if you like my show, please do one thing. Yes, please like, subscribe, and tell somebody to watch the show, all right? Like I always say, you didn't have to watch, but I'm glad that you did. Do me a favor, pick up the phone and call somebody. Just tell them, hey, how you doing? Show them some love. We'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.
Has come to an end, but the fun doesn't have to stop here. If you have any questions, suggestions, or feedback, head over right now to Twitter and Facebook and like, share, and get involved. Join us next time.
Please be advised that this podcast is meant for educational and informational purposes only and is in no way a replacement for legal or medical advice. The opinions contained within are solely those of the interviewers and interviewees and should be received as so. Those seeking help or advice are encouraged to obtain professional legal